Yeah, if this was an Asian convention, oh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, and welcome to another episode of Fight Night. Give it to me, Will. Give it to me, Will. Anticlimax.
Round one, fight.
I am Josie. That is Will. This is Stacks. Kill should be here.
What up?
Freaking motherfucker. We are trying something different tonight. We are going to actually, if you haven't been down a rabbit hole, you know what Chat GPT is. I asked it to spit out a show plan for us. We're going to try out this show plan because honestly, these guys know, they've seen it. It's pretty damn good. It's a pretty damn good show plan.
Absolutely.
So, welcome to Fight Night. Like I said, Stacks, Will, Josie, Kill will be joining us. First things first, we're going to kick it off with some news and some rumors. I think one of the biggest news is pre-sales for AEW Wembley, AEW All In Wembley. $6 million in pre-sales, guys.
$6 million in pre-sales.
35,000 seats in pre-sales, guys.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn good.
And it's early because we don't know the entire card yet.
They're not literally not one single match has been announced.
One match, absolutely.
Tickets don't go general public until Friday, and not everybody is like us and buys pre-sale. Not everybody is fanatical like us and buys pre-sale. So, Will, from an old head point of view, good start, right?
I mean, the thing that you have to look at is the fact that Wembley Stadium is primarily known for jumping on board on anything that gets there. But it is a good sign for AEW because this is their first outing there. So
I think this pre-sale alone sells beats their big. What does American Airlines hold, Will?
The last time they had a WWE event there?
No, that's the largest place that AEW sold out when they did Punk.
Oh, hold on. The American Airlines Arena?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place can hold. Let me hit the Google real quick. American Airlines Center can hold up to 20,000.
So, yeah, just in pre-sales alone, they've now broken their attendance record just in pre-sales. 35,000 off of pre-sales in which you had to fill out a card. You got a special link, log on at a certain time.
Absolutely.
They made it pretty much bot-proof for the pre-sales.
But in this case, like Stack said, we don't even know the rest of the cards yet.
Not one match has been announced. That's impressive.
Yeah,
it is
impressive.
Absolutely.
You usually only see that for things like Mania, SummerSlam, and even SummerSlam. Those only do that because they're known. They're literally like I would say the big four kind of have that kind of pull. But
absolutely.
At this point, I think they do 65,000 at least. At least.
Not unless they can get Punk up in there and.
Well, Punk.
Punk will help that.
There's the next bit of news.
Oh God, I think I know. I think I know where you're going.
Looks like Punk is coming back June 27th. You've had the Punk I don't know, the Punk publicity tour. Can we call it? Showing up at WWE at Raw last week.
And TNA,
and then Impact this week.
This week, yeah.
I swear to God, he's gonna show up in an NWA taping or some shit. But
Gotta get his cancer everywhere in each locker room before he comes back.
I gotta say though, like you really want to push. You want your 90,000. You want to sell that bitch out.
Mhm.
Punk versus the Elite has to fucking happen.
Yep.
I just
100%.
I fully believe AEW is kayfabing all of us. I fully believe they are pushing out these stories that they don't want to work together, that they're going to be separate, and it's going to happen because I'm sorry, it's someone who does not really like talking about the money aspect of wrestling because I feel like that is literally all it's really about to most of the people in it. That match is fucking money. Like
100%.
a lot of money that you cannot leave on because Will knows this. The storylines that work the best are the ones that pull from real life. Edge, Hardy, Lita. Edge, Hardy, Lita. As hard as that was for those three people to do that story, they did it. And it will go down as one of the most infamous, controversial storylines in WWE history. And there's several like that. A lot of Hogan's back in the day, piece of shit.
Hogan's
were pulled from real life. You look even.
Don't you do that to Hulk Hogan? Don't you do that to Hulk Hogan? That's just so highly.
Oh, Will, that
highly,
reminds me.
That's so highly.
So disrespectful
I got a question
for you to say something like that.
Well, you're going to keep your finger on that button because I'm about to say, why can you and Kill not be on time for anything but 11 before the club?
It's so disrespectful for you to say something like that.
Well, I told him you're late because Wednesday night is your weekly Asian.
What the hell is Kill?
Look, Wednesday night is my nightly Asian fest. So leave me alone.
No.
Leave me alone.
Leave that poor man alone.
Yes.
That's when I hang out with the greatest Asian lady talent ever.
Oh, her name Pamela Henderson.
It all depends on how much money he forks out each week.
Exactly.
You want happy ending?
Now when I'm happy $5.
Happy
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, you got the Punk news, some rumors that I've heard, possible Chris Statlander coming back to relieve Jade of that TBS title.
You need to hurry up too.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. Like
getting ridiculous out here,
I do
Josie.
agree with
Getting
that. Now,
ridiculous.
I realized last Wednesday, guys, we got to stop looking at these records and look at the days. She was never going to lose last week. She was less than 20 days then from breaking 500 days.
Facts.
We're breaking 500 days.
Yep.
500 days will happen before Double or Nothing. I think
it's the same as WWE with Reigns.
The days matter more than the record. No one remembers how many wins
consecutive
Roman has.
Yeah, no.
Jade we only know that because AEW keeps records.
80, yep. Absolutely. 100%.
So she's gonna lose it at 500. I really thought it was still gonna be Taya. Like I thought Taya was gonna take it. But
I did too.
And I love Strat. Don't get me wrong. My problem is Strat has torn both of her ACLs now. She's spent more time injured than she has healthy in AEW. I love her. I think she's super talented. I worry about putting a title on her right away and then she getting hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ah, shoot.
So
does that remind you of somebody?
Who in particular? There's several.
Somebody who's always injured. Somebody's already
Why are you cutting out? Your expensive mic shouldn't be doing that.
We
So
talking about Saraya?
yeah, someone's already
Yeah.
Soraya.
Yeah, Saraya.
I mean,
Just saying.
she's been good so far in AEW.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's. I mean, for what we've seen, granted, I'm not in love with the faction, but I mean, you have to
The
do
faction
something.
is
But you have to do something. Well, okay, that's a loose term. With
I
that
like
group.
the storyline. I love old or outsiders versus
Outsiders.
homegrown. I love that storyline. I
Yeah.
don't like the outcasts
No, not at all. Yeah, I'm
faction.
together
But those
as
three
the
girls
group,
doing that
as a group.
storyline, or the
Yep.
people that got all in the storyline, are good. I'm
Right.
just not a fan of the faction and how they act together. And like,
Correct.
Soraya drives me crazy with the baby girl. She drives
Yeah,
me nuts.
and it's almost like, honestly, like in a way, like just watching her, it almost seems like she has to try a little too hard to try and pull off to try and pull off the persona that she's just
Well,
trying
she's
to
always been
portray.
a great.
It's not natural, and it should
It's
be
yeah,
natural.
exactly.
Well, and the
Will.
thing
Exactly,
is
it's not
Will,
natural.
Soraya's
Exactly.
always been a great heel, but for some
Yes.
reason, this heel is not. Give me the shrieking Paige Soraya, the one who
Yep.
used to. Like,
Yes.
give me that. The little bit
Yeah.
unhinged Soraya.
Yeah. Because she's never been fantastic on the mic, and
She's
so
not fantastic. Like
yeah, it's
maybe that's the biggest weakness of that group. Is
100%.
none of
You have
them
nobody to carry it on the mic.
are great on the mic.
Yeah, no.
It's not
100%.
like you got DMD, who is chef's fucking kiss.
Oh
on
yeah,
you.
absolutely, 100%.
And I'm sorry, she is teaching Hater to be on the mic.
Yep.
And like I said, the story is great. The faction itself is falling flat for me, but I'm hoping that changes. Like things
Yeah,
can happen.
I
and I'll
hope
get
so
into
too,
it.
because it's kind of like we said, we said the last couple of weeks. I mean, what else are these girls going to go out and do? And so it's just one of these things where it just gives it another avenue for them to be able to get on TV, which is fair. But it's just the group itself that kind of throws me off.
Can
the
we
other
possibly
news-
say that the women's division is getting a lot like the men in terms of being top heavy?
I mean, all of AEW is top heavy. All
Oh
of AEW
yeah,
is top
I
heavy.
was getting ready to
I'm
say.
really
I feel
hoping.
like all every W
I'm
is top.
really hoping they do some kind of soft brand split. They don't have to do a whole brand split, a soft brand split with the new show because it would help. It really would.
Yeah.
Another 2-hour show, live 2-hour show, is going to help with the top heaviness. Will, but I do think
I
you're
agree.
going to have to put.
I think so too. If you
I
do
think
that,
you're
if
gonna
you
have
do
to
it that
put
way,
some kind of world
Yeah.
title on that show. You're gonna need a dual title.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
I do agree.
The other bit of
100%.
some other news. This past Wednesday on Dynamite, you had Roddy Strong debut.
Roddy,
I popped. I fucking popped.
it was sick. It was sick
because
It was 100%.
you don't
sick.
get debuts like that very often anymore. There was
Nope.
I literally just saw the list last week, like the day or two before AEW, of all the injured people on Raw and NXT and SmackDown, and Roddy's
Yep.
on that list. And I'm like, man, he's gonna owe them so much time. Like, I want to see if he would come to AEW or if he's gonna stay. Like, what's gonna happen with Roddy? And this
Don't even lie. Don't even lie, Josie. We'll get into it later, but I know the debut that you were excited about.
Who are you talking about?
I know the debut that you were excited about.
Who?
Joanna Man.
I didn't see it.
Naomi.
Oh, I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
the debut yet. So all I've
Yeah.
seen is the pictures and know that she signed. I love her. I think she's amazing. I think Impact was a great pick. And we're gonna finish
Yeah.
up. We're gonna jump into that
Yep.
real quick, but I want to finish with Roddy. So the reason that no one knew about Roddy and that it wasn't blown up is that they don't broadcast NXT releases like that. He finished out his contract. They didn't renew. He's been wanting to sign with AEW for a while, but they've been waiting for Cole to come back.
Yep. To get that connection.
And I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm hoping O'Reilly is soon, and we get the relevant members of the UE on screen, because no one cares about Bobby Fish.
100%. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Honestly, those are the three people who matter as far as the Undisputed Era. And I would love to see Roddy, O'Reilly, and Cole together again.
Cool.
It'd be fucking amazing. I'd be all right with it. I'd be all right with that. So yeah, Will brought it up. You also had another debut in Impact. Naomi debuted. Love me some Naomi. I think she's super talented. I don't think WWE ever gave her the chances that she deserved. She should have been more champion more times.
100%.
I am still in support of what her and Sasha did as far as walking out.
And she still looks good, but them bangs,
got to go.
Them bangs got to
go.
That's rough.
You're looking like Wesley Snipes. Will, don't be stealing my jokes. Will's out here trying to steal my jokes in our chat.
Oh, that's great.
Which reminds me. Got a little joke for y'all. How does
before you do that, I just want to say this. I do think Naomi going to Impact was a good move. I was
going to come back to this. I wasn't moving on. I
think Naomi going to Impact was a good move.
Oh yes, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great
like
move.
We said, women's division AEW is super top heavy.
Yep. She just would have got a little bit more buried.
Like as good as she is, she got gotten buried for their homegrown.
She would have got buried.
Star brought in.
And then I think it's interesting too. You lose Mickey, but pick up Naomi. You can't beat
that. What I would suppose Mickey was probably really big in their locker room. Naomi's a good person to step into that role. She's a veteran. She's been this for a while. I think this was a great deal for Naomi. I think this is Impact's got one of the best women's divisions in wrestling right now. Period. End of story. It's not overstacked.
100%.
Their tag titles are interesting. Their women's title is interesting. Like I'm loving babyface Purrazzo. I think this is
more than you can say for the other brands these days.
She'll be a Knockouts Women's Champion in less than a year.
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I don't get what WWE's doing Indy Hartwell. I don't get it. How the hell you gonna put the belt on her and then draft her and strip her?
Like I swear Triple H and Shawn only did it just to give because she's been there so long. They were like, here, we're gonna give you this, hold it for a little bit. I'm sorry, but you're a placeholder, but then you're going to the main roster. I think she should have fought and lost it. And then the same thing, they're doing the same thing with Belair too, right? They're stripping her.
Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense. My whole thing, I mean, we'll get into that, but my whole thing is if a champion is gonna get drafted, they need to stay on their show that they currently hold the title for. Unless you're Roman Reigns. I mean, especially when you're going to cross belts like that. Like, of course, you're not going to keep the Raw women's belt on SmackDown.
Well, usually they just flip them.
Just flip them, yeah. Just flip them. Right. Not doing it this time.
But it's also because they've got these stupid names. They don't have unique names. They go along with the show.
Go back though. Look at all these quality wins Bianca has, and it's like you just basically throw them all away. Throw all those.
Yeah.
Why couldn't she had a match and dropped it at Backlash? The thing doesn't start until after Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing is just ass. this whole plan for Backlash, like I feel like they literally just threw it. They just
I
threw a
feel
card
like
together and said, "Here you go."
I feel this is what really happened with Backlash. They were like, "We're doing the draft. That's going to be a major shakeup for us. Nothing that we do at Backlash is really going to matter, except
It doesn't
maybe
matter at all.
storyline."
Yeah, so let's just
And
throw a
so,
lackluster.
because
yeah.
I'm guarantee you, Backlash after Backlash, total reset. You're going to see new stories start next week. You're going to see new tag teams, new things, all kinds of
Yep.
new shit in the next month. Building to Night of Champions.
Yep, 100%.
And there's
So
a
it's like,
rumor I've
what's
heard
the
there
fucking
that
point of Backlash?
there's a rumor I've heard there because they've got contracts. They have to do a pay-per-view every month.
Well,
They have to.
yeah, I know. Still,
Going back to shit. What was I gonna say? Fuck.
You're gonna start with a joke.
Oh yeah. Let me tell my joke. How does The Rock pee? He Dwayne's his Johnson.
doing.
Come on, Will. That was funny.
There you go. Crickets, he said.
That shit wasn't funny.
So
That shit was not funny.
any more news, rumors, anything we need to discuss?
I mean, I think you hit it all, and we'll cover the rest of it when we hit the draft. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that is coming.
yeah.
So, next thing, match and game analysis. So, think of this week, any good matches that you saw.
What's yours?
So, I actually had a couple. I really enjoyed the shit. My mind is not working. Oh, I'm liking the natural or naturally limitless. Keith Lee and Dustin Rhodes, naturally limitless tag team that they've made. I love it. I'm enjoying it. The two of them together, I feel like are really good. Will, you can talk all the shit you want about the man's gray hair, but they have a lot of chemistry together.
Well, and Keith Lee usually just dominates in that tag role too. I mean, he's just like he's a plug guy. He's like the Kevin Durant of tag teams, man. You can just
He can just fit anywhere.
You can just fit anywhere. Absolutely.
He's any shape.
Yeah, it don't matter.
I just want to see that
Yes.
man get back to prominence again.
I
And he was the
will. I
beast.
think he holds the AEW World Title at one point.
He was a beast to NXT. Beast. And then ever since that point, he hasn't been the same.
The Bearcat.
He haven't been the same since NXT. Tell me I'm lying.
Is he Drew McIntyre?
You know what?
But I think he does come back in AEW.
That's not a bad comparison, though. That's not a bad comparison. Because you could say the same for Drew.
Yep.
He's been a champion more, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
career movement, I mean,
Yeah, it's stagnant.
yeah.
Yeah.
He mad now.
Yep.
I mean, I think this feud between him and Swerve is really going to catapult both of them in more to a top tier.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
as that
culminates,
culminates,
100%.
it's going to really push. If both of them, if not both of them, at least one of them.
Absolutely.
Swerve is an amazing heel. He really is a great heel.
He is. Yeah, absolutely.
I wish he had Hit Row behind him instead of
shit, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
instead of whatever this.
Whatever this new team he got going.
Yeah, that's
Rise
awful.
and
It's
Mystique.
awful. Like I swear to God, they just felt like, hey, we need to give these guys some reps. So let's just throw them with
What he said in a podcast is he picked those guys because he wants to grow them. He wants them, but you're not gonna be your typical big dudes. So I'm waiting patiently. The problem is right now is both Bordeaux and the other dude are hurt. So
Right.
Uh,
Absolutely. Got another match on your brain? Any other matches on your
I got
noggin?
a match.
what's your
Go
match
for
of
it,
the
Will.
week?
Me and these damn bag of chips, and the bag of chips are fucking winning. These things are good as hell. Look at that shit. Lays.
Regular old potato chip. You
Hey,
weirdo.
Lays. Hey, Lays. We love you in this house. Give us
Will,
a sponsorship.
Hey,
Will
hey,
don't even know
hey,
he doesn't smoke.
I'll eat all the lays you want. You give us a sponsorship.
Oh,
Let's see.
I'm trying to think.
But nah, ask yourself this question though. And I know wrestling has its lows, it has its ups, and it has its downs. Don't get me wrong.
100%.
But right now, unless you're working in theory or old school matches or something to that effect, ain't a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's fair. It's kind of, I mean, in all honesty,
Totally
I
agree
mean,
with that.
I'm not necessarily psyched about Backlash. So I mean,
Nope.
WWE wise, yes. AEW wise is a different story. I feel like AEW is
there's a
putting
lot
on
of
a
different
good show
moving
every
parts
week.
going on. I agree. Yeah, no, they're putting on banger after banger. Anything, to throw it into my, analysis. Bandito and Orange Cassidy, and that was a banger of a match. 100%. 100%. Anything Orange Cassidy touches, it's gold right now. I did like the match. Let's see, was that it was this past week, with where MJF came out and interrupted the match between.
Oh,
Let's see, that would have been the week before, but still, that was a hell of a match.
both of them.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
Yeah.
right now, we're about to
Yeah.
get into that tag match, and we better be getting a four pillars fatal four way.
Oh, 100%. You already know that's where you're going, because that's what's gonna sell.
Stacks brought him up, and I want to ask a question. Did anybody see this from Orange Cassidy when he first started?
No,
Oh, no.
I did not.
Hell
No,
no.
not from the beginning of when I started watching AEW. No, not at all.
Right now, look at my tag. Orange Cassidy is top 10 because I'm tired of people shitting on this man.
At
Saying
100%.
his gimmick
Preach,
is
Josie.
dumb, he
Tell
does
the people.
same
Tell the
thing.
people.
Tony's only just a mark for him. All this Orange is fucking talented.
He can go.
The man can work.
Go in the ring when
He
he
can
needs
go.
to. The
Yes.
kind of aloof character is great.
Yeah, it's grown on me. I remember, when we had a podcast a while back, I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, but it definitely grows on you, 100%. And then you get him and the best friends together, with the soccer mom event and everything. It's just a nice little added bonus. Shows a little personality here and there.
Yeah.
It's great.
You got to give the people what they want.
Well,
The best friends.
best friends. Yes,
Best
absolutely. Orange Cassidy right now, for real.
But I did not see this coming from him. And he
No, I
he
didn't either.
He can work.
I didn't either.
I'd only heard about him a little bit. I hadn't seen much of him. And at first I was like, what is this? I don't understand it. But think about it. Like, you've never seen anything like this in wrestling. No one has ever done this type of gimmick in wrestling.
No,
And then the
never.
fact that he has managed
Never.
to get it over to the word of the point, adults and kids alike love him.
Love him. Next week he's facing Daniel Garcia. They just showed it. Daniel Garcia for the title. Yep, I think that'll be a banger of a match. Again,
Danny win that match? Could Danny
could win that? Danny could win that match. And did you also see Kenny Omega versus John Moxley in a steel cage match as well?
They've been pumping that for 2 weeks.
They've been pumping that for a while. Yep, absolutely. But loving it right now. It's about to be on, guys.
But Orange to me
Anyway,
right
back
now
to Orange. Yeah.
is top 10 in the past year at least.
Oh, 100%.
This
100%.
international. Okay, you got to
Dominic
give him
Mysterio's
this.
in there.
You got to give Tony this. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 titles, 6 titles.
Yep.
All of those titles are getting really good attention and kind of really prominent right now, except one. And that's the TNT, and that's just because it's been hot potatoed. But I'm kind of coming off that too because we've talked about.
I like what they're trying to do with Luchasaurus, though.
I'm liking that.
I'm intrigued. Yeah, I want to see how it progresses. Absolutely.
I'm hoping Will Hobbs keeps it, or not Hobbs. Wardlow keeps it.
Warlow. Yeah,
I hope
Wardlow
comes out on top on that feud. But
Yep.
I do like this.
Actually, I wouldn't be mad though. You get Christian and Luchasaurus together. I think you could.
I mean,
you could do some stuff there with some storylines.
Those two having a title because it would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe not right away, but if you give us a 2 in a row type of deal where where Wardlow wins first and then maybe Luchasaurus has to come back and battle and they get the title. I wouldn't hate that.
But your AEW World Champion right now, as much as we don't like him, he's looking strong.
Yeah, he is.
Your TBS champion is your best champion in the whole company right now, honestly. Jamie
100%.
Hayter is a close second in that.
Yep.
Your trios title are really starting to become relevant because of the House of Black are doing good things with it. Like you and me were talking before the show stacks, this announcement of their open house matches.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to mix it up. Yeah, absolutely.
They set their own rules for these matches. Anyone can challenge. Any trio can challenge.
Yep.
Freebird. Oh, so you going to the Freebird stuff?
20-minute count out. Does qualifications count? No rope break.
Yep.
And the opponent gets to bring in one rule.
One rule of their own, yeah.
Are we going similar? We going a little bit a better version than what the Freebirds were doing?
It's intriguing. And then you've got Orange with the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
All your titles, for having a lot of titles, are relevant right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facts.
Outside of
Facts.
TNT. But you really got to, as I've said before, you really got to look at the TNT as a TV title.
Yeah, no,
which is made to jump around.
Which is made to do what? Yep, facts. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you though, Will. Raw and SmackDown got to do something.
Yep.
He's just boring.
Gotta do something.
Boring. Even the draft wasn't that great, guys.
No,
look who all got drafted,
so overblown.
Look who all got drafted
every single time.
And look who all got drafted though. It wasn't anyone of any significance.
Not only that, it wasn't even a shocker, and some of them
didn't even
stayed where they were. It didn't even
Damage Control.
Did they really split up any tag teams? I don't think they did.
Damage Control stayed.
Alpha Academy still together.
Alpha Academy stayed.
Still together.
Yep.
And then
Street Profits.
Street Profits still together. Of course, granted, I would hope that they're trying to work that to get split.
Yeah, because you need to split that in order for Montez.
Yeah, to Montez to move forward. Yeah,
you have to split that.
Yeah, but it's just but you better have a good plan to figure out what you're gonna do with Dawkins. So
right,
that's my thing.
I think if done right,
they're gonna monitor his ass.
I think if done right, Dawkins could be a monster hill.
What they gonna do? They're gonna monitor his ass. He might start out as a heel, but as the times go through and interest in him wane because
Yep.
Just like Jimmy and Jay.
Facts, Will.
If Jay went
100%.
solo, Jimmy's done.
Yeah. 100%.
Jimmy's done.
There
Yeah.
are tag teams where both guys have went on to have successful careers.
I'm not saying they're not, but when you
But it's
look
just
at Jimmy's not the guy. Jimmy's not the guy. He's not the personality of Jay. Jay can hold his own better on the mic.
And I can't see Dawkins holding that much of anything.
I find
Title wise.
I find Dawkins more interesting. I like Dawkins more.
Dawkins because once you take him away
I
from
like
Montez,
Ford more in
that's
the ring
it.
though. I
Once
like
you
Ford
take him
more in the ring though.
Once you take him away from Montez, that's it for Dawkins. Yeah, he'll get some huge feuds going on, but
yeah,
do you really see him as
him
a
and
world
Omos
champ
maybe.
by himself?
Just kidding.
Do you see him as a world champ by himself though? I mean, Mick Carter at best, and he might be a boring Mick Carter.
Even with the way they're trying to elevate the Intercontinental title, still I don't see. Intercontinental or something like that. I still don't.
I'm
see
saying his ass gonna be Marty
Yeah.
Jannetty. Marty Jannetty carried the
100%.
IC title for a minute, and when during that title reign, you heard pins drop.
Absolutely.
Ding.
Yep. I don't see it.
So I get, you wanting to split some of these tag teams, some of these teams up to see what they can do singles, but some of these guys on these teams, once they get separated, they might not survive.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question for you, but we'll go from a different show. Penta and Phoenix. Can they be singles? Can they
Who?
Penta and Phoenix. Pentagon Jr.
I feel like it.
They might be all right.
I feel like it.
They might be all right.
I asked them
Orange
because I
Cassidy's
saw this.
belt. Orange Cassidy's belt.
Yeah, they might be all right.
Yep.
I asked this because I saw this today. They're like, people don't realize how hard it is for a luchador
Yeah.
to connect with the crowd in a mask. It's probably one of the most difficult things to do.
Yep.
In wrestling, because you got no facial expressions.
No.
You have to use you look at Penta. The black paint, he always has a cool design.
It's kind of like a football player, an NFL football player with a helmet on.
Right.
Yes. So you have to really have a good personality. And I think Penta and Phoenix have so much charisma. Penta, I do think at one point needs to hold the world title. My issue with Phoenix is Phoenix can't seem to stay healthy.
You've seen that before. We've seen that before, i.e. Adam Cole.
But yeah, the draft to me just wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. It just didn't. Yeah.
Now it made no sense. You didn't even split Damage Control.
You didn't split any teams. You drafted them together.
All of them together.
I thought for sure the Usos were going to Raw when they didn't get drafted with the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Man, telling you.
Now they're just going to probably get their ass kicked by Roman and Solo.
I just think that WWE is too busy. They're still in trying to play it safe or keep it safe type of mode, rather than trying new things to see if it gets over with the crowd. And you can't be scared in this case because the old phrase goes, "Scared money don't make no money."
Truly, I saw something the other day, and I feel like for real change in WWE, all of the old guard has to go. All of the old guard has to go.
Oh.
That's Vince. That's Bruce Pritchard. That's Michael P.S. I'm a racist Hayes.
You know he a racist. 100% racist. He up here still calling people the N-word.
So that's just my thought.
In terms of management.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, any more? The draft just it didn't. There was nothing. Like I think some of the best parts of the draft were some of the NXT call up. I'm surprised Ron
100%.
Parker didn't get called up. I thought
Yes.
that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was one that really shocked me. I really thought they were going to pull him up. I did like Imperium to Raw. That one I did like.
All I cared about was with Imperium is that they sent over the announcer that announces Imperium because it's so good.
Yeah.
You're Continental Champion Gunther.
Well, and it's
Imperium.
Well, and then it's like, Karrion Kross, LA Knight, like those dudes were already on SmackDown for a majority. Like,
Right.
I don't feel like a lot of people even
whatsoever.
moved.
Charlotte? No, they didn't. No, it was 100%. I don't know. It's the same way with the draft every single year. A lot of hype.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Not a
and
hype
nothing.
and no substance.
Yeah. It was a turd in the toilet, man, is what that was.
Pretty much.
100%.
Dex, I need to know, are you going anywhere?
It's a great question. I have no clue.
Okay.
He has said nothing, so
assume not at this point.
What's that?
I'm gonna assume not at this
Yeah, it's 8:47, and I haven't heard from him all day, so I would assume
He did like the show
no
on
go.
Facebook, though.
He did like it on Facebook.
Mhm.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll text him right now. Anyway, continue.
Who was y'all's feature wrestler this week? Like who popped you? Mine is not from this week. It was from a couple of weeks ago, and I'm excited to see more of him. And that's motherfucking Commander. That dude is
yes. Oh, preach, Josie. Preach.
But I also gotta say, Stacks, I forgot about a match that was killer last week.
Okay.
Juice and Switchblade Jay White versus Ricky Starks and
talk to him, Josie. Talk to him. That match was
that was a great match.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Two of my
absolutely fantastic.
Favorites.
Yep.
Ricky Starks and Sean Spears together in a
Sean
tag team.
Spears. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I mean, if we're really talking about it, like, let's put them together for a hot minute. Like, what else is Ricky Starks doing right now?
I'm also loving, but that leads me into promo of the week for me was Jay White's promo before that match.
Was Jay White's promo before?
Oh my god, it was so good. Bullet Club Gold, with them guns up.
With the guns up.
And then I think I like the guns up and the slap more than I like the too sweet. I don't know why.
The too sweet.
Something about it. Maybe it's because the too sweet was done before. This was new.
Yeah. You that's all you see is the too sweet. Everywhere you look, that's all you get.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying. Now I'm really excited. Are they going to do something? Are they going to bring in Bullet Club Gold for this Bullet Club pay-per-view that New Japan's about to do?
If I had to guess, I would say yes. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so because something always big happens to Bullet Club at this pay-per-view.
Bullet Club at this pay-per-view. Yep.
So
keeping that lineage alive for sure.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like them. Jay White is fucking phenomenal. He's so good on the mic. He's so good on the ring.
Every time he steps in the ring, every single time.
The rest I want to bring up is going to be a little bit controversial, so to say, but she's back. I don't know if it's good, but she's back. Tessa Blanchard.
I saw that. If possibly she's grown up. This is the thing. If she has grown up and there's not as much drama from her outside life and things, She's fantastic in the
You
ring.
can't take away her ability. You
She's
can't take away her gift.
fantastic.
No.
At one point, was top 5 in women's wrestlers. In a point when you had Becky, Charlotte,
Charlotte,
Sasha,
yeah,
Bailey all rocking it, and Impact killing it with knockouts like they always do. Tessa, I think the biggest mistake they made with Tessa was putting the World Heavyweight title on her.
World Heavyweight
Yeah,
title.
because then you put her in a bad spot.
Yeah.
You put her in a really bad spot. And a lot of dudes too.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
So I think again, if she's growing up, I'm okay with it. She's great. She's not fantastic on the mic. She's definitely not her daddy on the mic.
Hell no.
Yep.
But who is?
Not
I was
many
gonna
people.
say.
Not many people.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. Well, and to go back to my promo of the week, it's actually a bad promo of the week. Man, man, I forgot the name already, man. It's one of those days. Holy shit. Hump day.
I feel you.
My brain is foggy. What's Daniel Bryan in that group? What's that group?
BCC.
Yeah, BCC. Yeah, their thing. Yeah, their promo every single time. Yeah, well, it's not just that. It was they just had one like not long ago tonight, and it was just like what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, granted, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to be heel, obviously, and they're trying to make the Elite the good guys, obviously. But it's just it's one of those things where
I'd
Moxie
rather them
was
just
hyping
not
up.
say anything and just be
Don't say anything at all. Yes, preach, Josie. Because 100%. Because when Moxley opens his mouth to get ready for the steel cage match next week, he's like, well, we're gonna leave a mark right here. And sometimes I get tired of Moxley's promos. Like, I don't know if he's really that
all
good.
just kind of the
promos.
same.
I want to know where he
love
had that
Mox.
blade. That's what I want to know.
do. I love Mox, but they're all kind of similar.
I want to
They
know where
are.
he keeps that. I want to know where he keeps that
They are.
blade. That's what I want to know.
I've always wondered that too. He does wear tape bands when
Tape
he
bands.
does it.
Yeah, tape bands. Yeah, I
Probably
always
there,
thought
but
it
they
was
always
Could
have.
be in there probably. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. But honestly, like the more and more, I mean, granted, I know he was kind of, to me, he was still kind of green on Raw sometimes, depending on what it was. And granted, he was under more,
I think
under
he
more
never
scripts
worked,
there.
he never worked well off a script.
No, never worked well off of scripts. But then you get him over here, and it's just like he's just sporadic all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I don't know. I think
can we
the
have some sort of
BCC
focus?
worked better when they had a non-wrestling manager. Like, I think you
100%.
got to find someone to bring back in to be their mouthpiece.
Yep.
But
Yep. And at this point, like Cesaro, whatever the hell, yeah. Like, I mean, what the hell is he doing? He just stands there with the title.
yeah,
He just stands there with the title all the time. Like, what the fuck?
Because he never had it in WWE.
No, well, that's fair. That's fair. That's
Because he never
fair.
had it in WWE. Look what I got.
Yeah, look what I got. The Intercontinental
got.
title. The Intercontinental title.
I'm
the World Heavyweight Champion.
I would agree with you on that. Those promos have been bad.
Yeah, they've been really bad.
I'm
All the
excited.
same shit.
Yeah. And Daniel Bryan, whatever. Yeah. I mean, holy shit, man. Come on, man. I expect a little more out of you. Like you
I'm
got
tired of
free
him.
reign now. You got
I'm about tired of
100%.
him.
Like you got free reign now. Daniel Bryan said, or yeah. You have free reign now.
No one can argue that he's not one of the greatest wrestlers of our time.
Oh, 100%. There's no argument here, but it's just
he's
like
not even in the
man,
top. But he's not
Yeah.
even in the top 15 of promo artists.
goddamn, I know, and it's like even some of them weren't even working that great off script, but then they come over here AEW and they have a little more free reign, and you're just like, holy
even
shit,
right
like
to
somebody's
me-
got to do something.
To me, because all these losses that he's amassing in title matches, all these losses he's amassed, he ain't in the top 10 for me
Well,
in
well,
anything.
That's
Will,
fair, Will. That's
just his
fair.
entire career in general, he is one of the greatest of this generation.
But if
He is,
if you look at what he's going through currently in
I
AEW
agree.
right
I
now,
120,000%
He's
agree.
Anthony
Like
Davis.
he's not.
Yep.
I 100% agree, but I think in his mind right now, he's not looking at it as he's not looking at this as a run to get him
Yeah,
over.
to solidify
He
his
bringing up
work
talent
in the top 10.
He is
Yeah.
So
bringing
now, so he's content.
he's
with-
content.
Yep.
He's
Because
content
in
with everything.
generational wise, Will, in generational,
I understand that. I
in
understand
the
that.
past
No.
20 years, can you say he's not in the top 5?
No,
Okay.
I'm talking
I can't
ROH,
say that,
WWE.
He's successful in ROH.
given where he's been.
He's successful in ROH, which is a smaller promotion. Took that wave, carried over to WWE. Now he's AEW, and he's essentially Tommy Dreamer.
Ooh, yeah, hell yeah, he is.
I
Will
think
said
that's a
it.
great comparison.
Yeah,
Tommy
no,
would make the Hall
he
of
is.
Fame Tommy would make the Hall of Fame if ECW had one, and he will make the Hall of Fame in Impact. I think
He made me
right
sick
now,
because, but for those in TV, he don't understand why he makes me upset. Is because the thing with Tommy Dreamer,
he has
Tommy
this,
Dreamer,
if he'd have tried, he's Tommy Dreamer is the Shaq of
he
wrestling.
he is so talented.
Yes.
He could have had multi runs, made a bunch of money. He was over with the fans.
Am
He
I
could
right
go
on
in
that?
the ring.
Tommy Dreamer is the Shaq. Because if he'd have tried,
if he had tried,
if Kobe said
Yeah.
it, if Shaq would have put in the effort that I put in, Shaq would have been the greatest of all time.
Yup.
Not that Tommy
100%.
necessarily had the best to be the greatest of all time, but you know where he probably would be had he really put in the work and not just been content with being the workhorse.
To be Uncle Tommy.
Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
And
Instead of being Tommy Dreamer, the superstar,
Exactly.
he'll probably have been up there in that conversation with guys like Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Uncle Danielson.
Yep. He would have been.
this rate.
He would have been up there.
Again,
he would've been up there,
looking
and
at
that-
Bryan Danielson's
when he was
entire
helping up
career, I have to
Wheeler
give it.
Yuta. Yeah. Go ahead, Josie. Sorry.
I just looking at Danielson's entire career, I don't think he's quite Tommy Dreamer. Danielson has been in the spotlight several times.
I'm not saying he hasn't, but I'm just looking at. But I'm not looking from the past. But I'm not looking from the past. I'm looking from what have you done for me
I know
lately.
you're only looking at his AEW run. I'm looking at his entire career.
Now, if you look at the whole thing, I think he's second behind AJ. But if you look at what he's doing right now,
yes, I don't agree. I don't disagree with you, Will. But I also feel like there is a point in most wrestlers' career that they do have to just to kind of accept that role. You look at your Dean Malenkos, your Fit Finleys, like they all kind of eventually either move into a producer role or a commentator role.
They're kind of forced to do it though because of his injuries.
He definitely been forced
but
into.
We also
100%,
Daniel Bryan has went on record many times and saying his body always hurts. Man's got a lot of injuries too. When you do, as we've discussed on this show multiple times,
it's like Soraya right now.
20 plus years. This business is not easy on the body.
No, I know it's not. But I'm just saying when you're ranking dudes or you're looking at guys of this, that, and the other, if you go back and you look at what he has done in AEW, he hasn't won.
He hasn't done anything.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. Do you really think though that this run really hurts his overall? I don't. I really don't.
I don't think so, but it definitely would have helped catapult him into another discussion.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If he had one good, I would say if he
top
could
of what he's
go
already
on,
done.
even not necessarily the AEW world title, but if he could have one more good Ring of Honor world title run, or even a TV title,
he needs the AEW title.
Yep.
That's
I
what
don't
he
see that
needs.
happening.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't.
what he
Yeah.
needs. He
I-
needs that AEW.
I
Already
honestly
good enough.
don't
It's
He's
a
already
new
been
point
there.
after
AEW
that.
title. I don't see the AEW title touching a WWE guy for at least a year. I don't see it happening.
And yeah, and that's another thing. How much longer does he actually have? Like, how much longer does he actually want to stick in this role?
Right,
He's
because
on right now.
because at some
Well,
point,
at the time he signed, Tony was only doing 5-year deals. So
Yeah.
I'm betting he's got probably 3 more years left on his contract.
Oh shit, that's way too long. If he stays in this current realm, what the hell I mean, granted, I know they'll mix it up a little bit and whatnot, but like,
he needs one run as a world champion in
I
AEW.
don't
Yep.
see it. I don't see it.
He needs one run as AEW world champion. RH ain't good enough. He needs
I mean, fuck, you gave Chris Jericho that. You can surely
exactly.
Chris
You know,
is different. Chris is different. Chris had
How's
to
that
be because Chris had to be the first world champion.
Well,
he had
yeah,
to
No,
legitimize.
I understand that. Well, yeah, in order to legitimize the company. No, I get that. But at
legitimize
the
the
same
company
time,
and the title. It's a
Yeah.
totally different. It's a
If
totally
you
different
put it-
circumstance. The company is coming into almost
No,
5 years at this
no,
point.
understand
but
that.
I'm just saying, yeah,
But
no,
heck, yeah.
100%, I get that. I guess I was
But
just coming from the
they're
standpoint
wanting
of
to
if you
rely
give it to
more
Chris,
on
you
their
can give it to Daniel.
homegrowns.
Right, and I agree because if you give it to Chris, you give it to Mott, you can give it to Daniel. Daniel's run doesn't have to. And mind you, when I say this, his run doesn't have to be long.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be long.
I do understand that. I do understand that. My thing is
Yeah.
I just feel like it's timing on Daniel. Daniel just didn't come in at a time to win the title because we've talked about this.
No, I
Kind of hit that final point, that point now where like you've got a good blood flowing through the company and the shows, and like now is the time to start pushing that homegrown talent.
But you know what though?
what if you split the brand? What if you split
If
the
you
brand?
do split a brand and you
Yeah.
bring in another championship, he would be a good pick because, like we said with Rollins,
Legitimize
you
it.
need
Yep.
someone in
Yep.
that first run that can legitimize a title.
Absolutely.
I ain't gonna sit here in front
100%.
though. I ain't gonna sit here in front though. MJF, I would see the title on Daniel than on
I
MJF.
agree, and I'm Will. Oh, who won? Who won? Stacks.
I missed it. It's on the
That
It's
show's really
on-
good. That show's really good.
yeah.
But that's my thing. I'd rather see it on Danielson than see it on MJF because MJF right now, he ain't cutting it. But
No, he's really not, honestly. I'm over
but
it.
Daniel wouldn't need a long run. He wouldn't need it. He'll just need that belt, hold it for about 6 months, solidify himself.
It's gonna be a 4-way, guys.
Yeah.
Gonna be a 4-way? Okay.
Yep. It's gonna be a
Yay.
4-way.
Yes.
Sammy turned on MJF at the end of this.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Everybody
And
needs on the MJF punk ass.
To me, if MJF, they've decided it is not going to be and as I've said, I felt they've always been hinting it wasn't going to be a super long run. Like, I think it makes more sense for MJF to lose it and maybe win it again. Possibly.
Why?
He just doesn't do anything for me at this point.
Why would you want him to win it again?
I do agree. Something needs to change with the character. But
Yep.
as far as like
If the
way
first
they do
one sucked,
stories like
what's
that,
to make
maybe
it-
there have been other guys in
Maybe depending on
AEW.
who he's feuding with, Will.
Right.
I mean,
right.
maybe
You have to change some stuff
Punk
up.
yeah, to spark it. I
Yep.
mean,
You have
But-
to change some stuff up because if you don't,
yep.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be a repeat of the first run.
But I think this is
Yeah,
your best way
100%.
because if it follows regular Fatal 4-Way rules, MJF doesn't have to get pinned to lose the title.
Yep.
And so I think Jungle Jack Perry is taking this pin, ladies and gentlemen. I think he makes the most sense in my head. Now,
That's fair.
to me, the only person who is ready to be a world champion in this match, and this is not a slap in anybody's faces, I just think he's the best at this.
You want to say
Allin.
Darby Allin?
That's-
I knew
Darby
he was going to
Allin.
say it. Darby Allin. I knew it.
That's always what people say. I don't mean to be disrespectful,
Well,
but
I
they're
really
really
don't,
disrespectful.
I really don't because I love all of them, and I think all of them are future world champions. Sammy is amazing. I love him, but I think
not only that, you can have Sting help kind of usher him in too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, I
You could.
mean,
Look here.
yeah. And
well,
then you
Sting
can
had
build
said they were
help
going to do
build
something
feuds off that.
special for his last year. Imagine
And
his protege, who he's been with since the very beginning,
gets the title. Yep.
wins the world championship. Like,
Yep. Here's my thing though. If say he does win it, do they go directly back to MJF, or like I mean at this point like who are we gonna have the feud again? I mean obviously you got the other three part of the or the other
well,
two
you've
part of
got
the pillars.
You've got
The other
Punk
two
coming
part of the
back.
pillars.
You've got Punk coming back. That's a possible. Darby versus Punk would be great. I'm kind of hoping Punk comes back heel. I think Punk needs to come back heel.
Well, I was gonna say, well, wouldn't you just based on how he left?
Exactly.
You'd almost have to. You'd almost have to come
But
back.
if he's gonna then team with FTR, that means FTR is going back heel, and that makes me sad.
Makes you sad.
I like FTR as baby faces. I like them. I enjoy them. They come off as those real dudes. Will like just those Dax and Cash. I feel like are two guys I could have a beer with, and they're
it's that Southern hospitality. Josie knows what's up.
Yeah, I just like them. They're cool dudes. It's the same thing I feel about the Good Brothers. Will.
God.
So,
Stop it. Get some help.
but yeah, I think that's gonna about do it. Let me.
That's
see.
gonna do it for tonight.
Let me check with the Chat GPT and see what it is saying.
Oh my God. Here we go.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this at you.
Chat GPT, associate producer.
This has been a good show. So
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding because I used it too. I just didn't post it, but I used it too.
Yeah.
And it gives some good stuff.
Yeah. Will, I was telling Josie we need to do it for hardwood, but you know Dan can't stay on track to save his life, so it wouldn't even really matter.
It's a bitch.
I mean, it's like here's the thing that kills me. I love Dan. I do. That's my brother. But every time I try to go on YouTube and do the show, monetize the show and classified and all that, what's the one thing that always pops up? Ad suitability. And that's because the cussing is just real.
Man, they flag him because
you weren't on there last week. Me and Josie, he went on a spew about religion, so I'm like,
that might be the reason why. That might be the reason why. Then love him to death though. That's my brother.
Will, I've never got flagged for cursing because I listened to like 10 minutes of last week's episode. And I must have said F-bombs and goddamn it. And like, I must have in 10 minutes said those two words like 20 times each.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I be fucking cussing. Like,
it could have just been the subject, then. Could have been.
Yep.
You never know with YouTube. But is there anything else we're gonna go over tonight, guys? I think that's it.
Josie, you got anything?
I mean, Backlash is garbage. Is anybody actually gonna watch it?
Nope. Not
I ain't watching that shit. Matter of fact, I'm about to cancel Peacock.
Yeah.
No, fuck you! Don't do that.
I'm about to cancel Peacock.
Don't do that.
For real. Why?
I'm about to cancel it.
Why don't you use this Peacock? And I actually watched it on there.
Cancel it, dude. I'm about to cancel it. I got another app I can use to watch Law and Order, so I don't need that no more.
So are we completely out on WWE at this point, outside unless something major happens? Because I'll tune into a SmackDown here and there, but I'm telling you right now, I don't think even with the new title.
Until something newsworthy happens that pulls you back in as a fan, I'm out.
But even then, it's only going to be short term just to get
right.
just to get the viewers in.
Right.
Like it's
I
like Josie
rather
said
watch.
at the top of the show.
I rather
Unless
watch.
they get all the old guard out of there.
I'd rather watch
Shit,
Impact right
shit.
now than WWE.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, I've been telling Josie for a few months I've been wanting to get my Impact subscription back, but
That's what I'm dropping
I'm
Peacock
seriously
for.
considering. Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to
100%.
back on Impact, and I want to get back into.
This is your what champion speaking.
This is your world champion speaking.
Champion speaking. The 10 pounds. of
I'll get back into Impact, and then I would like to watch some MLW once their season.
Guy, I miss MLW.
MLW there before the pandemic was putting out some good shit.
That's what you've been saying this whole time, Josie, and I just
What?
yes.
So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, that is going to
Impact
do it for
coming
another
back, for
episode
sure.
of Fight Night. We will be
Fight
next.
night.
We will be back next week to Trash Backlash.
Round 1. Fight.
Absolutely. Back to regular scheduled programming as well. We will be on it Tuesday. On Tuesday.
Be back on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
We should be.
All right.
I was out later than I was.
Oh yeah, I saw how'd that go, Josie. You had a wine,
Suspect. Y'all talk about me. Suspect.
a little wine
So,
tasting there, Josie, or what?
No, it's a patio wine pizza bar. It was my brother's girlfriend's birthday, and we all met there. Played fucking
That's
bingo, and I hate goddamn bingo.
Suspect.
You
I'm
hate
tracking your
bingo?
location,
It's
Josie.
boring. It's luck.
What about-
my ADHD ass can't focus long enough to hear?
I'm
Is it
tracking
free?
your
Is
location,
it free, or
Josie,
do you have
'cause
to,
I'm calling
or do you have to
shenanigans.
pay?
No, it's free. It's free.
I'm
Yeah,
calling
there's-
shenanigans, Josie. I'm calling shenanigans.
There's a place down here in Lincoln that does free bingo on Thursdays, and it's fun as hell. Because if you win, they give you a beer chip, so you get a free beer.
Ain't enough.
Cool prizes
Yeah.
and things, but
Hey,
not one of us
Ain't
won.
enough. I'm driving to
well,
where
that's
I gotta
fair.
go.
That's
Then
fair.
I got to
That's
sit there and
fair.
play for an hour and a half.
I
That's
just
fair.
much rather
I
do
won
like
4
trivia.
beers one day though. I was like,
Bingo.
let's go.
I
Bingo,
would much
bingo,
rather do
bongo.
like trivia.
That's fair.
I find that
That's
more
fair.
fun.
If it's trivia night or karaoke,
Depending on what the
Or
trivia is.
karaoke.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'll
if
do
it's
that.
trivia night or karaoke, I got you. I ain't sitting there playing no damn bingo. Hell no. I ain't no old man.
I'd
Hell
rather sit
no.
there and talk.
I ain't playing no damn bingo. You can talk at the house.
Yeah.
Well,
Talk-
I mean,
yeah.
if it's people you
Save
don't
some
get
money
to
and get
see,
your own
like,
beer.
beer. You know what I mean?
You can talk on FaceTime or Google.
Yeah.
Meet.
you're
Right.
such a
Wow.
fucking hermit.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not going to play no damn bingo. Now, like I say,
I
karaoke,
enjoy
I
going
got
to bars.
you.
I enjoy going to bars and hanging out.
Karaoke, I got you. And if you just drinking, I understand that too. I
That's
ain't gonna
what I'm
sit there
saying.
to a bingo just to drink.
Just
Hell
drinking
no.
and hanging out with people in a bar is fun. I'd rather just do that than play bingo. Like,
Yeah, that's fair, Josie. That's fair.
Man,
one,
please.
I'm not lucky. I don't win shit like that.
I ain't leaving my house.
And
Boy, I
if
get a
we're
whole
playing
man. You
bingo,
get a
I
whole
wanna be playing for
man. I get a whole bunch of people.
cash
I
money.
get a whole bunch of I get a whole bunch of people on StreamYard right here. Get about 8-10 people on StreamYard. Get some beer. We can talk and have fun. I ain't got to leave my house.
Yeah, I ain't gotta leave my house, he says.
Nope, ain't got to leave the house, cuz. Later, y'all.